Hello everyone, my name is Chance Sweeney. This is the second update to Trials of Kal'Kuzak in the Doom snapmap editor, which is a endless survival type of game mode where you can gain cash from killing demons and being able to spend that cash on weapons and upgrades in between rounds. So there are a lot of changes I need to go over for this, and I have a change log to help with this too. So there was a playtesting session in between these changes, so I'll go over the changes I did before the playtesting session first. First, I added 5 more waves, so there's a total of 10 playable waves at the moment. I adjusted the difficulty of the beginning waves a little bit because they were a bit too easy, so I essentially doubled the spawns, about. I added the armor, health, and ammo shop. Current prices for everything are $250. I had it set at 1,000 at first for everything, but I realized that was way too much, and with my solo playtesting, basically just adjusted it down. I adjusted the price of the guns as well. Everything's more expensive because everything was too cheap before. So plasma rifle, heavy AR are both 1,500, and the rocket doubled in price to 4,000. Super shotgun is now 4,500. I added the beginnings for the big gun shop, which will have the chain gun and the gauze cannon in it. This shop is going to be locked until you give it a power core. To get this power core, a wave or a mini boss event will trigger every 10 waves. So on the 10th wave, there'll be a mini boss event. And if you beat that mini boss event, you'll get the power core, and you can use this power core to unlock the big gun shop. Or I might actually make it so you can use it for different shops and allow the player to choose which strategy to go for. And there's also some nice audio feedback in the gun shop too for when you're buying stuff. And yeah. So after that, I had to playtest. There was a little bit of issues at first when it came to multiplayer. Here, actually, I'll just show off what I added first. Sorry. So here's the shop. It's a little like a spider web right now when it comes to the programming, but it's fine. It's okay. It shows 900, but don't worry, that changes when you're in game. Here's all my variables that I'm using. Some more programming stuff for when the game begins. If you die, game ends. Here is the bigger gun shop. It is locked. Here's the inside. This is set designed after the playtesting. Of course, we had the teleporter area. Some more programming to determine which stage to go to. And here's the health and armor shop, as well as ammo, of course. So these are pretty cool. You'll step in them and it'll do a nice little effect, and then it'll heal you or give you armor, and this one will just kind of drop an ammo box, which is universal ammo. So those are the main changes. Let's go back to the change log. So after the playtest session, there was a few issues that I ran into. The first was the teleporting. So the way I had the teleporter set up, it only worked on the activator. So what was happening is player 1 would activate the teleporter and they'd get sent to the room, which would trigger the wave event. And then once that wave event ends, it only teleports player 1 back. So even though player 2 can still teleport to that room, they don't get teleported back once the wave ended. They get stuck in that room. So to fix that, I have added a return teleporter in every room. So when the activator will activate the teleporter, they'll teleport. Then any player who is still in the shop area can just enter the teleporter. They'll get teleported to the arena, so they can just sit there and kind of wait, buy stuff before joining player 1. And now once the wave event ends, it'll activate the exit teleporter, which the players can use to return to the other place. And so you won't instantly teleport back. You can choose to go back whenever you want. There's also a small bug with the shop locking system. I had a system in place that would check how much cash basically the player had. Every time that value changed, it would run this check. And if you had enough money for a certain shop, it would activate, like these shops. It would check the price of that every time that value changed, and it would activate it or deactivate it whether or not you had enough money. But the problem with this is it was checking both players separately, but only changing it for that one terminal. So if player 2 were to buy something and they were low on cash and couldn't buy other things, it will it will lock those shops that it checked to player one, even if they had enough money. So I just basically removed the system completely because there was no really workaround for it. So right now, you can activate these terminals whenever you want. Of course, you won't get a gun unless you have enough, and it won't spend your money unless you have enough. But it will, in order to give some more feedback to the player too, I've added some different sounds. So if you were to buy something, it'll say processing, and then if it works, if the cash is spent, it'll say success, and then it'll spawn the weapon. If it doesn't work, it'll just say failed. One sec, I gotta get water. So after after playtesting, waves 5 and 10 also felt really easy. This could have been for two reasons. There could have been some weird difficulty scaling with the wave event, even though the starting difficulty was far higher than the beginning waves, and even though the groups that were spawning were the same, were same number, some of the bigger enemies probably counted as one group, so it kind of felt like it was spawning less. But there's also the when we tested this, we basically had all the weapons with a rocket and a super shot at this time, and those are both really powerful weapons. So I'm also thinking of increasing the prices of those, so the waves 5 and 10 aren't like too easy. I've also just adjusted some of the scaling a little bit to see what would happen. So yeah, I fixed the teleport issue. Another thing I did too is I removed the combat shotgun from the starting inventory for the player, and now they start with a pistol. And I've also added the shotgun to the gun shop at the price of 1,000 instead of 1,500, since the combat shotgun is kind of a stable gun. I wanted to make it a little bit cheaper and easier to get. And again, I adjusted the waves of adjusted difficulty later waves. I also adjusted the difficulty of the mini boss event because it felt too easy, so I basically doubled the amount of knights that spawn. Yeah, I've fixed the shop blocking system. Adjusted the difficulty of the beginning waves a little bit to account for the change in starting equipment as well. And another problem I encountered too is it's kind of hard to balance around multiple players because there's no direct scaling with these programming and event nodes. So I kind of had to, if I want to have the proper scaling, I basically have to make a different version of this for single player, 2-player, 3-player, and 4-player. But that's a lot of work to do. So for now, I'm just gonna try and scale this around 2 players to make playtesting easier. And yeah, there's also a couple of things kind of lying around that I had to fix too. So for right now, I will show off what I got going on right now.
Doom Marine activated.
So once again, that door is still locked in the beginning. These aren't locked, even though you can't really use them in the beginning. I could just locked it for the sake of, I don't know, just, what's it called? For the sake of equilibrium. I don't know what we're looking for there. So yeah, let's get this show started. So here's the exit teleporter. Obviously it's deactivated right now. Forgot I activated infinite ammo for the sake of testing. Forgot about that part. But yeah, exit teleporter will take you back. So you could just activate the next wave immediately or go and check out the shop. Here is the shop. We have the plasma rifle, heavy rifle, combat shotgun. And now we have the super shotgun, rocket launcher, and also we added the lightning gun. So I want another gun in here, and I thought the lightning gun might make things fun. As far as the big gun room, it says locked right now. You put this in.
Online. Unlocking.
Bam. So this is how I had this room set up. I wanted to make it a little bit special because these guns are quite special. I couldn't really decide on a design for it, so they kind of have their own design. This one's a little more industrial looking, this one's a little more scientific looking. The terminals will be here, so like, you can't quite buy them yet. So yeah, we'll just go to the next wave so I can show some stuff off. Also get damaged and whatnot.
Lockdown initiated.
Yeah, now this one spawns 2 waves. So I was kind of thinking of renaming it 2 rounds instead of waves at the top left, because I can do multiple waves in these wave events. I can also activate multiple wave events at a time if I wanted to, so I can have like a wave of really high difficulty enemies and some low enemies like this, or some easy enemies like this. Make things interesting. Cool. Oh, there's an enemy left. Bop. Alright. So, now when we buy a gun, let's get the combat shotgun. Boop.
Processing. Succeeded.
Bam, succeeded. Now we have a combat shotgun, so once again, sorry about the ammo thing. I forgot I had the infinite ammo on for the sake of testing, and so, alright, here's the armor. Orb is green. Bam, I have armor now. Ammo. Boop. But, you know, I have full ammo, so I can't really pick it up. Yeah, this shop will be for equipment. Still need to work on that. So here's what happens when you don't have enough money.
Processing. Failed.
It'll just fail. And this will eventually reset.
Processing. Failed.
So I guess I just gotta fix some tinks and kinks here and there, so yeah, that's about it. It's going pretty well so far. I have up to 10 waves. I guess I can try and go through that with infinite ammo right now. So the rest of this video will just be gameplay.
Lockdown initiated.
So I think I have God mode on as well for the sake of testing, so this won't be as exciting as it could be, but I'll also be uploading the playtest as well, probably before this video is uploaded. Where's the last enemy? Here you are.
Lockdown complete.
Well, since I have God mode and stuff enabled, I don't have to spend money on armor, health, or ammo at the moment. So guess I'm gonna be getting a really early rocket launcher.
Processing.
I'll have to fix that bug.
Succeeded.
Let's get a lightning gun too. Why not? Oh, okay. Another bug I gotta fix. That should be activated, but I guess that's not.
Processing. Succeeded.
And then yeah, if you pick a weapon, you'll get the "please handle your weapons carefully" thing.
Lockdown initiated.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think yeah, I've got mode enabled. So, I guess I'm going to be blazing through this just to show off all the current waves at the moment. In later builds, I probably won't show off every single wave unless it's in a playtest, basically. But I kind of just want to show off some of the changes.
Lockdown complete.
We'll just immediately go to the next wave.
Lockdown initiated.
And normally I probably wouldn't have this much money because some of the money is going to be going to the teammate for one, and I'm going to be spending it on health, armor, and ammo as well in between rounds. So I'm going to have to definitely work on the balancing until I get it about where I want it to be. So once again, we'll just go to the next wave. Bam. So after so every 5 waves the map will change as well, which you'll also see in the playtest. Next. Fortunately, I won't be able to show off the power core at the end here. Yeah, these like the 4 to 5 difficulty range for the wave event 2 likes to spawn the souls. These guys, and they might count as a group each or 2. I don't know. I don't know how it's what those guys count as. Alright. We're almost there to wave 10. This wave should definitely feel a lot harder. But I guess I'll just have to play test again. But I've already done so much work for this current milestone, I could definitely use a break. Alright, finally, wave 10. Oh boy, this might be too much. Alright, hey, I didn't realize they all spawned at once. Oh, this is gonna be rough. But I have infinite ammo on God mode, so I guess we'll just have to see. So yeah, we get a message. I guess I gotta fix the text a little bit, but it says you obtain a power core, and then you can use that power core to unlock this room. But we already have it unlocked because I had one on the ground just for the sake of showing this room off. But yeah, that's basically everything I got so far. More to come. Gotta make all these shops and then increase all the waves and stuff like that. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you made it all the way through this, thank you. And you're probably really interested in this map. I'll be working on it as much as I can. I already I'm kind of ahead on it right now as far as the planning goes. I'm a bit like a week ahead or about, so something like that. But anyways, thanks for watching, and see ya.